Coast Trail, day 3. We'll be taking a train down to Reeb, and then we'll be getting a bus into Camersluissen. And then Camersluissen, going to make our way dike walking all the way to here. Here the dike stops. We've got to do a bit of road here because this is all marshland, we can't get in there. And then we'll be going around the industrial areas into Esbjerg. I'm actually going to split this into 2 days because this weekend is bad weather. So we only really get to go out in the mornings. So the first morning, I'm going to come up from Camersluissen, all the way up the dike to Sneumsluiss. We'll finish there Saturday lunchtime. Sunday morning, we'll come back into Sneumsluiss, and we'll finish off into Esbjerg. Let's get on it. Okay, start of day 3. So here we are, back at Camersluissen. I'm going to start the walk at day 3. Now it's pretty cold this morning. At least it's not raining, but it's going to get bad later. So I'm thinking of probably doing a short one today, just do about 10 clicks, maybe a couple of hours, and we'll split day 3 actually into 2 half days, I think, because again the weather's going to be bad tomorrow. Okay in the morning, horrible in the afternoon. So here's the start, and some more dike walking, and here we go to the dike, and we're off. So this is going to be the view probably for the next hour or so. As you can see, we can't even get up onto the dike along here because it's farmland, so it's all fenced off. So you actually have to go on the road next to the dike. So we can't even see the coastline. But there you go, we're on our way. Over this 2 half days, we should get past this dike walking. Then we've got to go through Esbjerg, which is a lot of dockland, so we can't get close to the coast there, but we're reasonably close. And then the other side of Esbjerg, we should be good for some beaches. But for today, and probably half of tomorrow, that's roughly what it's going to look like. Okay, back up on the dike. You can see a lot of marshland out there, but there's the coast. Mostly marshland. Been a lot of rain recently as well, it's super soggy out there. But here we go, this is the direction we're going. And we're back on the dike and off the road, so that's good news. Keep on plodding. We're about an hour in now, still dike walking. There's all the marshland, getting a little bit closer to the sea there. Yeah, just more and more dike. Although weirdly enough, right here, we've got summer houses. Not quite sure how that works, but there you go. Summer houses right next to the dike and the marshland. Super interesting. Apart from that, we're making progress, that's good. And carry on, more dike walking. And now we're coming up to Camersluissen. So about halfway through day 3 part 1. Here you go, see we've got a little bit of runoff there. Of course that just goes straight out into the sea. And that's to release the water from the marshlands over this side. Nice little summer house there. Of course there's the sluice, there's the control box. You can see, had a lot of rain recently, so a lot of water coming out. There you go, more dike walking. Onwards. About an hour and a half in, I guess, and finally we've got summer. It's just a little baby sluice, I think, but it's a slightly different route from just walking down a dike, which is actually quite nice. The day's turning out to be absolutely brilliant. Look at this, it's super nice. And yet it's supposed to be raining this afternoon, which is why I split this into 2 days, so we'll have to see what happens. But at the moment, very, very nice. The wind has stopped, sun's coming out. It's still not warm, it's quite cold. But yeah, another little baby sluice there. Still on the dike road because we can't get onto the dike again, private land this little bit. But yeah, There we go, more marshland. And heading towards Esbjerg. Onwards and upwards. Well, there's no upwards because there's no hills, but onwards. Look at that, cyclists. How stupid. Look at this. Okay, we're still dike walking, but we've got an actual hill. A hill in Denmark. Okay, it's not particularly big, and really it's actually just going at the side of the dike, but I'm sort of suggesting we'll make base camp around here somewhere, send the guys out, do some fixed ropes, get Bonnet in the lead, and I think we'll be up there in about 3 minutes. Just coming up towards Sneum Sluice, which is going to be the end of part 1, so day 3 part 1. But have a look at this. When the sluice is working, they actually fill up a sort of lake here. And then if you look right over the banks there, you can see all the pitches that they've got ready for camping in the summer. And they got little balconies going out over the water and steps going in there. So they obviously swim in this. So the bottom bit is sort of a lake, and then it goes off into a river at the top, which obviously flows down this way. And then the sluice controls the water level in here. So it'd be interesting to see what it's like in the summer. Coming down towards the sluice, obviously the sluice is that white thing sitting in the dike. But this is amazing, at the bottom end of the sort of lakey, rivery bit, they got all the summer houses. Look at this. How cool. Amazing. Now you'd only be able to go on the river because the sluice isn't big enough for you to actually go out into the sea, but easy to get canoes and stuff on here. It's quite amazing. So they made really good use of this sluice. Anyway, this is the end of day 3 part 1. Walk up to the sluice. I've got a bus coming in about 10 minutes, and that'll take me back to Esbjerg. So, end of part 1, we'll be back for part 2 tomorrow morning. Okay, back at Sneum Sluice. Nice and early in the morning, so we haven't got any sun up yet. It's looking a bit cloudy, but today's supposed to be okay in the morning, and then a bit rainy in the afternoon. Let's see what happens. Today, hopefully, we'll get into Esbjerg, so that'll be the final day of dike walking. So, onwards, and talk to you soon. Okay, this is officially the end of dike walking. This is the end of the dike. It essentially goes inland, probably for about half a kilometre, then it's finished. This section here is all marshland. I was actually hoping to hop across the top of that, but it's all fenced off, so it looks like it's private as well. So I'm going to have to follow the cycle route, get a little bit inland, go along the inland part, then back out to the coast again, and then we'll be heading toward Esbjerg. But that's it. That is the end of the dike next to the sea. At last. Anyway, we'll see if it gets any more interesting. And there it is. You can see it tapering off. And then we just go back onto the road. This is the marshland area here. Obviously no cutting across that. Like I said, it's fenced off anyway, but that wouldn't be a good walk. So we'll follow the cycle path route on this bit and see how it goes. A bit more road humping, but the dike's over, it's done. Right, we had to skip around the marshes, obviously, so we've come up to the cycle path to follow that for a while. This is the tedious bit, cycle path humping. It's just like this all the way. Not particularly great, but we'll only be a couple of kilometres. We'll get back off this, we'll get back down onto the coast, so we'll just knock this out quickly. But yeah, this is probably the worst part of the trip, doing the cycle bits. Apart from that, once you get down, I mean, it's probably even worse than dike walking. But hey, got to be done. Right, we're coming in towards Esbjerg now. Of course, Esbjerg is a heavy industrial area, really. It's the Danish centre for offshore wind. And you can see here there's all the that's the towers, all parts of the towers for the wind. But yeah, we're not going to be able to get close to the coast. It's all docks, and it's all literally offshore industry, so oil and gas and offshore wind farms. Well, we'll get as close as we can. Not far to go now, and we'll be in Esbjerg, end of the day. This is where we're stopping for today. We're right in Esbjerg now, and this is the docks at Esbjerg basically. Goes on for a good probably 4 kilometres. You can see it's all oil and gas and wind. We've got lots of support vessels, we've got jack-up rigs, we've got floating cranes, all that stuff. Then we've got a nice little old building. Then we got the harbour master. Anyway, that's the end of day 3 part 2. So we'll be stopping here, starting again next weekend. And just over there is the view of my office. Yeah, see you Monday.